Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Garen Flowers, and I'm a top 1% seller on TikTok Shop, particularly in the fragrance beauty niche. And so I want to talk to you today about how to apply your fragrances to get compliments. Not to apply your fragrances, I'm talking about how to apply it so that people are on you, so that you get those compliments almost every time you walk outside. That is what happens to me. I wear fragrances that I know smell good on me. I wear fragrances in the right way, in a strategic way that allows me to get those compliments, okay? So this is my method. Everybody will talk about their own way of doing it, but this is the way I do it that gets me a lot of compliments and does not offend at the same time, because you don't want to have people saying you smell too potent when it comes to a fragrance, but this is the sweet spot, all right? And the most important thing I'm gonna mention right now is that it depends on the fragrance. The fragrance that I wear, that I choose, changes how I apply it. So I will show you how I will apply different fragrances, some that are more gas than others, some that are less potent. It all depends. And you just do the smell test. You just smell the fragrance. You can tell how strong it is. And then that should dictate how much you apply. Because a fragrance that is an EDT, an eau de toilette, is not going to be, typically, is not going to be as gas, as potent as an eau de parfum, or as a lait parfum, or as an extrait de parfum, all right? And so let's get into it. And I'm going to put my mic here on my coat so I can spray. All right, so let's start with, we have a couple fragrances here, right? So we have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, very popular fragrance. We've got JPG Le Male Elixir, we got that one. And then we also have, let's say Barara King, okay? All right, so DG Light Blue is a good, daily fragrance. It's not super strong. It's like right in the middle. It's not weak, but it's not super strong. And this is an eau de toilette, so it doesn't have as much fragrance oil as an eau de parfum. And so this one I'm gonna spray a little bit more. This is my method of how I like to spray that gets me a lot of compliments with pretty much any fragrance, okay? Now, what the right way to do it that a lot of fragrance experts will tell you is to spray the pulse points. And that's the way to do it, right? Pulse point on your wrists, your bicep, all right? Behind the ear, and then sometimes they'll spray like right here on the neck or something like that. That's kind of how a lot of people recommend spraying fragrances, which I agree with. But I kind of took different notes from different videos and came up with my own way of doing it that I feel like works for me. And I've never got a complaint about having fragrance smelling too potent, but I do get compliments all the time. That kind of like a woman grabbing me like this as I walk by her, like, what do you have on? Type of compliments. It happens more than you think, I'm telling you. So Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Once again, this is not a super strong fragrance. It's like right in the middle. And this one is a beautiful example of a fragrance that just like smells nice and fresh. So this one I'm gonna spray a little bit more. So my method of doing it is I hit the pulse points. So I hit the wrist on both sides. I hit the wrist on both sides. I hit the wrist on both sides. And then I hit my shoulders because you're walking by people. You're walking by people, so you want them to smell you as you walk by. It's just thinking about, where do people interact with you, right? Where are people interacting with you? You're walking by them, you're going like this or whatever, you're shaking their hand, so people are gonna smell it on your shoulder, okay? So after I apply it to my wrist on both sides and then my shoulders, I'll spray down my arm. So, psh, 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 all right? We're not done yet, folks. Instead of spraying it behind my ear, because it just feels weird spraying behind my ear. Like sometimes it gets caught in my ear. And I'm like, that's weird. So I just don't like spraying it behind my ears. So I'll just spray it right here, just on the back of my neck like that. And then I'm 6 feet tall. So I like to spray where usually women are hugging me. So I'll spray right here and right here. That's kind of what I'll do, like right here, wherever they'll be hugging me. because I want them to smell it as they give me an embrace. So now I've got this area covered if I get a hug. I've got my shoulders covered if you walk by somebody, and then the pulse points on the wrist and all of those good things. That is what I call my Garin method, and to me it works a lot. Now, once again, with a fragrance like DG Light Blue, that works perfect. With a fragrance like JPG Le Male Elixir, which is also not super strong, that works perfect. With a fragrance like Barara King, this is a very strong fragrance, very gas. This is an Eau de Parfum. This is probably my strongest fragrance. So this one would probably offend if you did that method right there. So what I'll do with this one is I'll just spray the wrist. You still want to get, the neck or right here somewhere, and then I'll spray on the back. That's all I do with this fragrance. That's all I do. Somewhere here, and here, because this fragrance is gas, and I don't want somebody to be choking next to me because of how strong this one is, okay? That's also the same with Intense Man, a fragrance that smells very similar to Creed Absolute Ventus. That one is very strong, so you don't want to offend. So that one you want to be careful with. And there's so many other fragrances that you want to be careful with. Another one is the brand new Second Song from Lattafa. Beautiful smelling fragrance. It's got a pear blossom in there and an orange blossom. This fragrance is very strong. This one is the type that can give you a headache if you spray it too strong, because it already is very strong. So this one, also, this is for the ladies. Also spray this one very light because you don't want to, offend. And it's, you just have to be cautious of fragrances that have that very strong smell. But that's the way I like to spray it. That's the way I like to do it. That method does get me a lot of compliments. For those of you who like to layer, just do another layer of the same way of doing it. So I'll spray JPG Le Male Elixir with the Garin method, and then I'll do, Tease Me from Aromatics. I'll do the Garin method again, because those are two fragrances that are not super strong. So I'll do the whole method, and layering is a whole nother level of getting those compliments as well. I highly recommend layering, because that's how you create your own signature scent aside from just an individual fragrance. All right. So if you have any questions on that, put it down below. Some people might not like what I had to say, what I had to share. That is my way of doing it. So don't forget, that's my way of doing it. What has worked for me, what I have seen results with. So you could take it or leave it. That's my way of doing it. And also, I do like to spray on clothes, because if you spray on your body and then put your clothes on, your clothes cover the fragrance. And it's not gonna really project anymore like that. I'm getting a call. I hope that you guys can still hear me. You're not gonna get that projection. And then also, our skin is our largest organ, so I don't always wanna be spraying fragrance on my body every single day or every other day whenever I'm spraying fragrances. I feel like that's a lot just to spray my body every day with these ingredients, So for me, I like to spray it on my clothes. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, it's not gonna come out, whatever it may be. It depends on the fragrance. Like a Barara King, I try not to spray on my clothes because that one is super strong. But something like Tease Me, it's not gonna last on the clothes very long. So you can spray it and then it'll be gone from your clothes like a day or two later. And that's that. Once again, if you have any questions or comments on what I had to say about it, just put it in the chat. I will be looking at your comments and answering those. And I hope that this video was helpful to somebody that wants to learn how to layer fragrances, wants to learn how to get more compliments. That's what this video was for. How to get those compliments, how to have that date say, oh, you smell so good. How to have that crush say, oh, you smell so good. How to have your friends say, I want to wear what you're wearing. What do you have on? That's it, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you like this video. I would definitely be making more content like this, and I appreciate y'all for rocking with me.